In order to be profitable at trading, you must conquer your psychology. How many times have you heard this absolute nonsense? Yes, it's true, but it's not that simple. If I could just conquer the psychology, I would. Okay, so what do we do to conquer the trading psychology that is so difficult to conquer? Well, there's one concrete thing you can do. That's the good news. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to do it properly and exactly the way that I do it. And that thing is backtesting. Now today I'm going to show you how backtesting can put you in an unbeatable frame of mind to continue to get funded and maintain your funded accounts. It is honestly the secret to remaining profitable and maintaining your edge in the market. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I backtest my strategy. This is the same strategy I'm going to use to take $500 and turn it into $100,000. So make sure you pay attention right the way through because I'm going through the whole strategy. I've already done a video which you can have a look at in the description below on the full strategy. And if you would like to know more details about how to trade the strategy, but also remember that this strategy is not my own. If you want to learn it, the link in the bio is there. That is the original people that created it, and you can go and join their community. So without me saying any more, let's hop right into the backtesting session and let's learn exactly how I backtest strategies and show off the profitability of the strategy that I'm trading. Here we are on Euro USD. This is in January. So now where would our the trading range? I start on the 4-hour always. I need to determine now where the trading range is. So as we can see, this is the highest point, okay? So once we took this highest point, our lowest point would have been where? Our lowest point would have been taken at the same time. So if we follow the way that price moved, it would have been like so. We would have taken out this low, okay? We then took out this high here, took out this low. This would have been the range. Okay, and here we are. Our dealing range would be this right here. Okay, so once we follow the fractals, we can determine the dealing range. Now, this dealing range determines our premium and discount, okay? Or as a lot of you are familiar with ICT, premium and discount array. That is our premium and that is our discount. And this for me is my no trade zone. It's an area of indecision, okay? I do not take trades within this zone. Now, what was our previous fractal interaction? Now, as we can see here, price took out this last fractal, okay? It took it out with a wick, which would have been a bearish bias, okay? Because this is like no follow through to the upside. We then had a bullish candle close above, which for me would signal that we have follow through to the upside. So my directional bias, okay, is bullish follow through. And if we look back, okay, what is the market momentum showing us? Now, how do I determine the momentum of the market? We simply look at the most recent breaks of structure and how price has been creating higher highs and higher lows. So as we can see here, price created a higher high here. After that, it retraced. And when it took out this, it was right here. All right. So where did it take out this high? It was right here. Did it take this? No, it didn't take it out here, actually, as of yet. It would have taken it out here. Where is the lowest point between these two green dots? Okay, that is your swing low, and that would be this area right here. Okay, so let me actually do it in green. So that is here, and currently this is our highest point. We retraced a little to here, and that is our highest point. So, and if we look back even more, we've got price still creating high highs, higher lows, okay? And so what that means for me is that currently we are bullish in momentum. If we look back, we pull back, take out the high, pull back, take out the high. So if we've got at least two of these green dots, like here to the upside, then I am still bullish, okay? And so that is essentially what I'm looking at right now. Right, so I'm gonna wait for price to take out these highs, okay, and that will, determine. Otherwise, it will need to take out this low. So in actuality, this is all one big long one long leg of price. Okay, so price pulled back and pushed up. I'm not going to count this as a pullback, all right, because it's too choppy to count as a pullback. So we've now pulled back, okay, right here. Once we take out this high, it will create a new high. Right, so that's the momentum. So our momentum is bullish and our directional bias is also bullish. So now, that being said, I can now look to comfortably take buys in discount, okay? I do not want to take buys in our premium pricing because who wants to buy something that's expensive, right? And I do not want to take sells because our momentum is bullish and our directional bias is bullish, all right? So that is my higher time frame summed up. Now let's see if we get any entries. So let's see. We need to get to the next session. So there's a bit of volatility. And obviously if we take out these lows, then I have a new dealing range, all right? That will potentially change my directional bias, okay? Okay, so the market opens and just floors, okay? Which essentially means that we have a new dealing range on the 4 hour. All right, so there's a new fractal interaction. Right, so we've had price take out the low. Okay, this fractal low, and how did it do it? It did it with a impulsive body break to the downside, and then it ended, the next candle closed bullish, which means we have a no follow through bias, which means that it's essentially still bullish to the upside and we can buy, okay, in discount. And this is our new dealing range. All right, now we still have not taken out this low yet, so we are still bullish in our momentum. Okay, in order to have a change in bias, I need to have 2 higher highs, all right, or 2 lower lows. All right, so let's have a look and see what opportunities we are presented with. Okay, so we are currently in no man's land, so I cannot take any positions within this. All right. Now, can I take trades, bearish trades in premium? No, I can't, because we are still in a bullish momentum and our bias, our directional bias, is also bullish. So no trades here. So we're going to need to go to the next day. Let's fast forward to the next day. There is some news, EU news, but it's not really significant news, so I'm not too bothered. Once again, I cannot trade in this indecision. Okay, so we've had a sweep to the downside on the 15 minute, okay. Yeah, so this is our external range right here. We took a sweep here. This was an inside bar. So actually, we have got no entry right here currently. Yeah, so nothing here, unfortunately. We then also take out the lows, okay, which means a new fractal interaction. So I will now adjust everything. We had just a wick, okay, and a wick means no follow through, okay, which means we're still bullish in our bias, okay. I just want to make sure that I got this right. We retraced here, okay, yes. So in order for us to have a break to the downside, we would need to take this low out, okay. So we still have a bullish bias. Sorry, a bullish momentum. Okay. Let's go to 4 hour. So I'm going to see how this closes. So this is another bearish candle, but it doesn't close below. Okay. Let's see how the next one closes. Okay. So we're still no follow through. All right. Which means that we're still bullish in momentum. So let's see if any trades shape up. No, we take out the lows. All right. So we've taken out the lows, so we've now got follow through to the downside. So our bias currently would be for us, firstly, our range would be this. Okay, that's our fractal range, our dealing range, and now the plan would be for price to retrace into discount and for us to take it lower. Okay, I could also take buys. Okay, counter our directional bias, okay, into discount. Why? Because our momentum is still bullish, okay? Our momentum overall is still bullish. So let's see if we get any opportunities. Okay. So what happened here? We had a sweep before, unfortunately. This sweep happened before session. So that's not valid for me. All right, good thing I didn't take that. We then got a sweep during session. Okay, so this now swept this fractal low here. So my entry would be up here. How big is the stop loss on it? Yeah, way too big. It's over 20 pips. And so for me, that's too big. All right, so, and we've also just taken out this area, so we need to adjust this. So yeah, let's see what happens in the next session. Okay, so here we had a sweep, okay, of the low, but we cannot obviously enter because this candle is just way too big. So I will simply wait. Plus that was a news release anyways, so yeah, this would have worked out, but again, I cannot take massive stop loss. I cannot have massive stop loss placements like that. So we've now taken out the highs. All right, so as you can see, price came down. Okay, it retraced. Okay, and it's now taken out the highs here. So as you can see, we came down. So I'll make this red. We retraced. So this would now be the high up here. We then came down, created a lower low. We then came up, okay? And now we would have a green dot because we are now bullish, all right? So I would look for price to confirm bullishness again. I need price to do this, okay? And then we will be bullish, okay? In momentum, okay? Currently, our directional bias is also bullish because we've had this getting taken out. Sorry, it's actually here. It's this candle. And we had it broken. How did it interact? So it closed with a body, okay, as well as we've got another body close above. So that means that we have strong follow through, okay, which means that we are bullish and we can actually buy here in premium as well as buy here. All right, so let's see what happens here. I need to adjust my range once again. Okay, let me just go to the higher time frame real quick and adjust my range. So no trades taken just yet. Have to just be patient. Okay, so we're continuing. Okay, so what just happened here? All right, so we've had, let me first adjust this dealing range. So we had price. Like I said, we can buy anywhere in premium now. So we had price do what? We had price sweep at the beginning of the session. Okay. So would this be a valid entry? Is this candle big enough? Okay. Is it too big? No, it's not. So our entry would have been like this, 12. So we add an extra pip buffer. Now, can we get a 1 to 2 before we get to the highs? And the answer to that is no. We only get a 1 to 1 to 1.5. And so I could not take this trade, even though it's likely going to work out. Okay. And I cannot take counter trend trades right now because we are bullish. Okay. So we swept now once again. So I would put an entry right here. So just to clarify, we've swept this. So my entry would be at the top of the candle. Stop loss just below. But do we get enough room? Okay. No, we don't have enough room to the top. And so, again, that would not be valid for me. And it doesn't tag us in within session anyways. All right. Okay. Now, once again, we just continue going. So no valid trades for me just yet. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next day. Now, one thing to mention, one thing to note, we've had price take out this high now, take out that high. We've had price do this. So technically we are still bearish bias. So taking trades in a premium could work out because we've had price do this. Okay, and this could just be one big liquidity grab of these highs. Okay, so for me, that would be potential to take some short trades off of this. Okay, so let's see what happens within our session. We only take trades within session. All right. Okay. So session starts, we have a sweep immediately of this fractal high right here. Okay, we have a sweep here. Now, how big is our stop loss on this trade? Because risk reward is key. Okay, it's 13, 14. So if we do a 15 like so, okay. And we can get a 1 to 3 to the lows. Okay, we don't get tagged in on the next trade, okay, on the next candle, but it does extend that sweep. So I would move my sell stop order right here to the next candle with my stop loss just above. Okay, I'll make it 13 points. And we have this here, so I want to cover this high as well, okay. So I'm going to just give it 14, right, like that. So let's see if this next candle tags us in. No, it doesn't. It extends the sweep even further. And so I'll continue to move my sell stop order. Okay. Just like so. I'll give it an extra pip. Let's just make it 10. Okay. Okay. So this would tag us in, but does it go up first before coming down? Okay, that's what we need to know. And I actually can't say because I can't go into a lower time frame. So let's say we take a loss here, okay, but in the same breath, this is still an extended sweep. And so let's say we take one loss here, just so that I'm definitely not, I like to err on the side of caution and make sure that I'm not cheating myself, all right? So let's say we had -1 on this trade, okay? But then this next candle creates an extended sweep for me, all right? Which means I will set an entry for that. Okay, we're targeting 1 to 3. And that's the key thing here, guys. Risk management. When you've got a 1 to 3 risk reward, losses don't really hurt that much. Okay. Okay. So as a result, we took another loss. All right. And we had another sweep. Okay. So right here, we took another loss, okay, which I'm not really too butthurt about, okay. So we had this here, we had another extended sweep, so we've got another entry right here, okay. So 17 pips because of the buffer, okay, and we will be tagged in already. Okay, so this one's running a bit better. Now we also had this sweep to the downside. We're in a strong follow through. So what can we do? We can take a long trade as well. Okay, so our long trade would be here. We swept the low within session, so it's within our rules. I just clicked a little too fast there. So let's see which one plays out. These are both to our rules, okay, and this we can easily get a 1 to 3 to the highs. Okay, so this one took a loss on, but the next one we took a win on. Okay, so this one here is +3, so we're break even still. Okay, we also swept once again. We swept this high here. All right, so we have another entry. Okay, so a very busy few days of trading here, but to the top of this candle it's more than 20 pips, and so that's not valid for me. All right, okay, so let's go on to the next day real quick. Okay, so we had this sweep right here. Okay, but it happened before market open. All right, happened before market open. Now we've had this sweep here. All right, so we can take a buy right here. Once again, why? Because our momentum is bullish. Okay, as well as our can I get 1 to 2 to the highs? Yeah, I can get 1 to 2 to the highs. Okay. Okay, so let's see. We can also take potentially another position here if we get a sweep. Okay, so that takes out that. So we are now +2 over here. All right, so currently we are up to R. We've taken out these highs. So we've got a new dealing range. Okay, so quite a busy couple of days in the market here. Okay, this is a no follow through bias. Okay, which is bearish. We've also simultaneously had a pullback here, making our momentum bullish. Okay, so that's a high, low, high. Okay, which means our momentum is bullish. Okay, so let's draw our range. Our range, that's the high there. So let's move this up. Cool. So we've got a bearish bias, okay, currently. Let's just make sure we're at the right place and I'm not cheating myself. Okay, so we're out of session there. And I can take counter trend if we are in discount, okay, which means I can basically sell in premium and buy in discount, all right, in this particular scenario. Okay, so here we had a sweep of the high. Obviously here we're in no man's land. We had a sweep of this high. This extends the sweep. This would be our entry here, but this for me is outside of session. So we would have gotten tagged in one candle outside of session. Now, this for me is where things get a little tricky. Sometimes I like to still take this one candle outside of session, but just to make sure I am sticking with my rules, I will not. Okay. Now, obviously here we have a news event, so I will go to the next day. Okay, and we've also taken out the highs once again. Okay, did we have a fractal interaction here? Yes, we did. All right, cool. And this would be our fractal low right here. All right, so how do we react? So right here, it took out the high with this one candle. So we are currently unconfirmed bias. So the next candle is also bullish. All right, so our bias is a strong follow through to the upside. Okay, so that is our bias. Let's go down to the lower time frames. Cool. So we want to go to the next day. Let's just adjust the range. So what happens here? So no sweep. I would be looking for a sweep of the lows to take trades higher. I'm not going to take counter trend trades because we are in a bullish bias currently. So that would be counter. Okay, so what happened here? We didn't get a sweep of this, so no valid trades there. I'm looking for sweeps of the fractals, all right? If you guys haven't noticed that yet, that is essentially the entry criteria. Okay, so we've had a sweep of the fractal here, but we are kind of in no man's land right now. So no real trades. Extends the sweep. Okay, so technically I can take an entry here because the entry would be outside of no man's land. So this would be my entry. Obviously 1 to 3 risk reward, right? We don't get tagged in. The sweep is extended. Okay, and this is too big. It's over 20 pips, so that's a no-go for me. All right. We've also got this. That's not really significant news in my opinion. So we take the highs out. That's an inside bar, so yeah, there's nothing there for me, unfortunately. Okay, so let's go to the next day. Okay, we take out the highs. We take out the highs and then we print a bearish candle. Okay. Now the bearish candle, taking out the highs of the bearish candle means we've got no follow through bias, which is bearish bias. And we've also still got a bullish momentum because what did we do? We've taken out the highs here. We've retraced, we've retraced and there's new highs here. Okay, so retrace, take out highs, retrace, take out highs, retrace, take out highs. So our momentum is still bullish. All right. So essentially what that means is that I'm not going to take, I can take counter trend trades even though our directional bias is bullish. There's a difference between directional bias and momentum. Okay. I've had no sweeps. We could have a sweep now. Nope, no sweep. Okay, let's see if we take this low here. Okay, still nothing. Nothing for me there. Let's go to the next day. Okay. Some news there, but it's not significant news. So we had a sweep before session, which for me is not valid. Now we've had a sweep here, but I cannot place an entry in no man's land. Okay. Okay, we swept the lows here once again, out of session and in no man's land as well. Okay, so we just swept, but it's outside of session. Okay. Okay, does this sweep? No, it doesn't. That does though. How big would this be for an entry? I think it should be fine. Yeah. So with 20 pips, we should be fine. But I feel like it's going to extend the sweep. It does extend the sweep. So we would move. Once again, it's a sell stop order, so it only gets triggered if price goes below. So I will give a buffer of 1 pip. Look to the left. Can I cover this? I can, but I mean, it's a whole extra 4 points, so I'll try and cover it. Okay. So 1 to 3 risk. So with all of the stuff happening in the prop firm industry recently, there's a lot of people that are looking for alternatives. And the prop firm that I've always used is Blue Guardian. It's pretty simple. They have a trustworthy record. You can chat to anybody that's used them in the past and you will struggle to find anybody that has anything negative to say. So if you're looking for a prop firm that is recommended by myself and that I've personally withdrawn over $18,000 from, Blue Guardian is the one that I recommend. Use the link in the description below and use the code GUARTRADES to get 10% off your evaluation with Blue Guardian. Reward. Do we get tagged in? Nope. There you go. All right. That's quite aggressive. And there you go. Okay, so that is 3 risk reward. All right. So plus 3. So I'm up 5 risk reward right now. This technically would also be a sweep right here. But the session is ending and also the stop loss will be too large on that position. And we wouldn't have gotten tagged in anyways. Okay, so we take out the lows right now. So let's move this. This here is the fractal interaction. And it's again no follow through bias. Why? Because we took out the lows and closed bullish on the next 4-hour candle. Adjust everything correctly. All right. So let's see. So essentially now I can take a buy here. I cannot take counter trend trades. Okay. These are just the rules of the strategy, right? Okay, so we've taken out the lows once again. Okay, but we did have a fractal interaction once again right here, which is another NFT. Why is it a no follow through? Because we close with a wick, okay? This 4-hour candle closed with a wick. Unfortunately, now when I went onto the higher time frame, it has given us a bit of a spoiler. All right. Was this within session? So the candle would have closed somewhere here. Session's still not on yet. Session comes on here. We've had this sweep. All right. But I cannot take counter trend trades. And we take out the highs. All right. So let's go back onto the 4-hour. Draw out the interaction. As you can see, this was the interaction. And it is also an NFT. No follow through. Once it closes here. Okay. So let's wait for this. It will close once we get to the red. Okay, it closes. Whoops. Went a bit ahead here. Okay, and so what that means is, once again, let's go look at what the momentum bias is. Momentum bias currently is still bullish. All right. That was bullish, bullish. We've had a break to the downside here. We've had one break to the downside, but not two. Okay. So that means we're still bullish in bias, which means I cannot take a counter trend trade here. Okay, so that means nothing to me. We take out the highs again. Okay. So in no man's land in this no trade area of mine. What news is this? BPP. It's not a big issue for me. Okay. So we've had a sweep now, but once again, my entry would be in no man's land. We do extend though. So this does extend. Okay, so we swept, and then this next candle broke below the previous candle, which means there's a potential entry here. It is below 20 pips, which means that it is valid. All right. 17. And we look for 1 to 3, right? Okay, tagged in. Okay, and tagged out. All right. So that's a loser right here. So we'd now be on 4 for the month, 4% if we're risking 1% per trade. Okay, so it's -1. Let's see. Okay, let's see what the next day has to provide. Okay, so we've had a sweep to the upside. Okay, we are bearish, so there's a potential entry here. But it's too big. This candle's too big. Let's see if we get an extended sweep. No, we don't. It's an inside bar. Okay. So nothing for me here. Nothing for me here. We swept to the downside. No extended sweep because we're in no man's land. Swept once again, but I cannot take this position because it's out of session. So let's go to the following day. We take out the highs, okay? So we take out the highs. But how do we take out the highs, right? So firstly, the first thing we need to note is that between here and here, this would be our lowest point. So we are still bullish, okay? And we took out the high and then closed bearish, which means what? It means that we have a bearish directional bias, but our momentum is bullish, okay? So it means that we can take sells here, okay? But we can also take buys in discount, except I've got it marked up incorrectly. Here's our discount. We can take buys from discount and then take sells. So basically that's the game plan. All right, let me get rid of this. Right, so this is the range. Let's go down to the 15 minutes. Now this no follow through bearish bias can change. Okay, let's see, does it change? It does change. Okay, so this changes to bullish follow through. Okay, and this changes, so now I would be looking only for buys when we get down here, right? We do get down there. Okay, there is a sweep here with an extended sweep, but we're still in no man's land, right? So no trades yet. Let's see if we extend once again. We do extend once again, but again, I cannot take a trade in no man's land. We extend past no man's land though. So here I can take a trade. Stop with a 1 pip buffer, and we're looking for 1 to 2 risk reward. So once again, our bias here, our directional bias is bullish. We are in discount, and our momentum bias is also bullish. So I can buy from discount. So we tagged in on the next candle. Okay. And I don't move my stop loss to break even ever. Okay, it's literally just set and forget, right? Just let it hit stop loss or hit take profit. Okay, so that should hit take profit there. So now that's 3 risk reward. All right. If you're risking 1%, that's 3%. Okay, so let's see if we get another position potentially. Okay, we had a sweep, but we need price to be in discount to take positions. We're now in discount, but we're also in no man's land for the position itself. So nothing for me there. Okay, so here we swept. Okay, we extended the sweep. How big is the stop loss? Is it more than 20? Yeah, it's more. So no valid trade there. Let's go to the next day. You always hope that price doesn't go over the range, because it's such a pain. It means you don't have any opportunities. But you have to be patient. Okay, so once again, I'm only going to look to take buys in discount, right? And we currently are not in discount. Okay, so we had a sweep. But there's no... Our bias is against us, so nothing for us. Once again, like I said, our directional bias is bullish, which means we can only buy in discounted pricing, and our momentum is also bullish, so we cannot take counter trend trades. Now let's just check because we had a interaction here. Sorry, we had an interaction right here with this fractal. So we adjust our dealing range. Okay. And because it closes with a wick, it means that it's no follow through bias, which is bearish, which means I can sell here. But because our overall momentum is bullish, I can also take counter trend trades in discount. Okay, so let's see what happens here. There's news here. GDP growth. Okay, so there's nothing crazy. Okay, so that is quite a crazy. Again, though, in no man's land with a massive candle. So, yeah, there's no trades for me on that day. We take out the lows as well. So I'm going to adjust my dealing range. We have a no follow through to the downside, which essentially means for us that we can look for buys. All right, so let's see what happens here. Obviously, we need to be in session, so let's just fast forward to the next day. Cool. Okay, so we had a sweep here, so there would have been an entry. Again, we're looking for buys in discount, which we are in. It is within our 20 pip stop loss limit, so we'll just do 11. Can we get 1 to 3 or minimum 1 to 2 to the highs? We can get 1 to 3. Okay, we're still on the 27th of January, so this is all the same month, right? Okay, so this is a losing trade, right? So I'll mark that as a loser. Okay, but we did have a sweep in session here once again. So another valid trade right here. 10 pip stop. 1 to 3 risk reward, right? Let's move this one out the way. Okay, so 2 losses in a row. Like I said, with the risk reward, not a big deal, right? So we had a fractal interaction here, right here. Whoops. Okay, so fractal interaction right here. Once again, no follow through. So we're looking for buys still. Let me just make sure. Okay. So let's go into the 15 minutes. Okay. Okay, so let's go to the next day. Okay, so no sweeps here. I cannot take counter trend trades up here because our momentum is still bullish. So we need to be in discount to take bullish trades. And we are in no man's land there. Don't know why it's going all slow now. We've got some EU news. Okay. And then we continue lower. Let's go into the 4 hour. Don't know why we're slowing down here. Okay, so we've had a fractal interaction here. We still haven't taken out the low though. We did actually take out the low right here. Okay, so technically, momentum wise, this is the low. Okay, yeah, so this is the low. It took out the low around about here. Okay, cool. So we've got our first lower low, but it could be a liquidity sweep. So our bias is still, our momentum bias is still bullish. Okay, here we've had this fractal interaction with two candles to the downside, which means that we've got strong follow through to the downside. Okay, as of here. Okay, so let's go back to the lower time frames. Okay, so nothing yet, nothing in this session. Okay, let's go to the following day. Okay. No sweeps here. There's no fractals printed. There's a fractal there. It sweeps, but it's after session times, right? Okay, there's a sweep as well. So this would be valid right here. Make it 15 pips. Let's see if we get tagged in yet, or if it extends. Doesn't extend, right? Okay, so that's now invalid. Okay, so we've had price continue on and take out the highs, right? So let's see how price reacted. So we had price take out the highs right here. Okay, it took it out with a wick, which would be no follow through. It then followed through after that. Okay, so that would be on this massive candle right here, and this fractal will be our low, right? So let's see. Okay, so let's see how price reacts at this level. We need to get to the next session. Okay. So we've got follow through bias, which means I need price to retrace into discount in order to look for potential positions. We do come down into discount. Stop moving without me. Let's just see if we get tagged in within session. Otherwise, it's not valid for me. Okay, can't see here just yet. All right, so we had the extended sweep. So we took out this fractal here and we continued to sweep. Okay, we continued to sweep. There were no inside bars. So entry would be here just before the no man's land. So, but the pip, it's 30 pips stop loss. So there is nothing there. All right. There is nothing there. Let's go to the next day. Okay. So we are in discount now. We've had the sweep here within session. So we would be tagged in on the next candle. Is the stop loss a good size? Yes. 16 pips. And we're looking for 1 to 3 risk reward, right? Okay, so this is very unfortunate. We got tagged into the trade right here. Yeah, we got tagged into this trade and it just went completely against us. It's PMI, so really, you know, would we be wanting to trade during this event? It's debatable. But yeah, it is what it is. So that is also a -1 loss. All right. It's important to know that you can take losses and you can have a string of losses, and we just have to deal with it, right? It's just part of the game. So we've had price take out the lows right here. Okay. This is strong follow through. Okay. So let's see. Okay, so there's no position there. Let's go on to the next day. Okay, so was this a sweep? Nope. Let's go on to the 4 hour and just check where we are. This is our thing here. So currently we are bullish, so I can take, our momentum is bullish, so I can take counter trend trades, okay, against the strong follow through. So we had the sweep, we extended the sweep right here. So our entry would be here. Where is the stop loss size right? Yes. So 16. And we're looking for 1 to 3. Okay, so we take a loss on that as well. So in a bit of a losing streak here, but overall still profitable, right? Let's go into the 4 hour time frame. So currently, what are we looking at? So we had 2 losses, plus 3, plus another 3. okay, -1, okay, so we're at 5, we're at 8, then we take basically 4 losses, so we're back at 4. So that just shows how you know, you can hit those losing streaks, guys. So let's just see if we can get one more winner here and call it a day. So currently we are sitting at So currently we're sitting with a follow-through bias to the downside, which means that we can buy in premium pricing. I mean, we can sell in premium pricing. We are also currently still bullish. All right, so we can take counter trend trades into that premium area. All right, so this was our attempt at doing so. Fortunately, we took a loss doing it. Okay, so let's see. So we had a sweep here, but we've had the interaction with the low once again. Okay, so we're continuing lower. That is our fractal range right there. So let's go to the next day's price action. Hopefully it stops in time. Okay. What news is coming up? That's all right. So we've had a sweep here. Okay, can we take a long trade here? Okay, so 13 pips. Taking a 1 to 3 here. Right. Okay, so the sweep extends, so we would move our buy stop to here. Stop loss 1 pip below, so 12 pips. Okay, so it continues lower, so we're not in that position just yet. So I'm going to take one last trade here, guys. Let's see if we can get a winner on our last trade. So we've had an interaction right here, which is a no follow through. If the next candle is bearish below that point, then yep, then it is follow through. So no follow through turns to follow through. Which essentially just means that we need price to retrace a bit more into premium prices so we can sell. Let's see if we get that. Okay, so we get another fractal interaction here. Okay, so that is it a body break below? It looks like it is, yes. Okay, what does the next candle do? It's a bullish one, so we are now no follow through. So let's go to the 15 minute and see if we can find some entries here. Okay, so we continue lower. Once again, our let's just define our dealing range really quickly. Whoops. Where is our dealing range? Yeah. This was the most recent fractal high. Let's go down to the 15 minutes. Okay, so sessions open. We're looking for a sweep of these lows to potentially take things higher. Do we get them? Yes, we do. Okay. How big is the stop loss? $16 pips. Can we get 1 to 3? Yes, we can. Okay, that does not tag us in, or does it? No, it doesn't. Okay, we get another sweep and it extends once again. So there's a new entry potential here. Let's see if it tags us in on the next candle. Okay, so by the looks of it, it would have gone down first. Alright, which essentially means it becomes an extended sweep. Okay, so the new entry would be like so. I'll put it like this. And we're looking at, again, 1 to 3. Okay. Okay, there's the next session is open. We had a sweep before the session, so no real valid trades there, but this one is moving nicely. Okay. And there you go. So our final trade is a winning trade with 3 risk reward, giving us a total of 7 risk reward. All right, and that is from basically the beginning of January till the 13th of February. We were up 8% at one point and then started hitting a little bit of a string of losses, but overall really good backtesting session. And as you can see, if you're consistent, like I said, we got to 8%, so we would have passed the challenge. All right, and as you can see, over many trades, this system is profitable. And in my experience and the data that I've captured, I have a 50% win rate. So it's like flipping a coin, and every time you flip the coin, you get, for example, maybe let's say it's a 3-to-1 risk reward. So if I lose $100. If I win $300, and that's a pretty good deal if 50% of the time you're winning and 50% of the time you are losing. So that's it for my backtesting video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do subscribe down below. Thank you very much to you all who watched this. I hope you got a lot of value from it. Remember that there is a free Telegram group where I give every single one of the trades that I take all in there completely free, so make sure you join that below. I hope everybody is having a good week so far, and I'll see you in the next video.
My new bitch look like Halle Berry, but she don't love me, she too scary.